Shallows. Welcome back, people. It's the Critic Corp. I am Toke. I'm here to give you guys that review today on fucking DARYL DIXON episode 2. It is a little bit of a slow burner this episode. So we still getting exposed to things and whatnot. We got to see a little bit more of Isabel's fucking backstory, post apocalypse and shit. And, where her whole mindset was pretty much around that time, and I guess she was a robber, man. She was out here jugging. She was in the midst of jugging and niggas watching shit. Going to sell that shit. Back in Paris and shit. But yeah. We got to see her what brought her to the point where she's at now, she's a nun and shit. And it was, it was pretty sad. I mean, given that you already know mostly everybody's backstory of the apocalypse, they lost someone, But, yeah, she lost her sister, fucking Lily, which is Laurent's, fucking mother. So, Laurent is related to fucking Isabel. Isabel is his aunt and shit, and not even letting this nigga know, like, on some crazy shit. I don't even know why. That's some weird ass shit. But being so protective of him, that shit just blows my mind. But yeah, they pretty much showed how, when she was on the verge of turning, and Lily, her sister, she was on the verge of turning and, giving birth at the same time to Laurent, and they're in like a chapel, a fucking church and whatnot, and she pretty much, she took that as a sign from God, like, this is the chosen one. This is I guess this is, like, this is what was meant for her, sought out through her calling. And because they showed at the end, her just pretty much staring off into this statue and shit of Jesus and shit and whatnot, and while she's holding Laurent and walking away from the her sister that's getting goddamn preached down by this fucking priest and probably killed right after and whatnot. But yeah, that shit was just wild, bro. Her fucking Eds or whoever, Quinn, was trying to get her to leave her sister or drop her off at a clinic. This was like in the backstory part, as they were like on the way to make it to, the net safe spot and type of shit. And he was like, she's gonna slow us down. After he found out she was pregnant. Oh, this shit, because she didn't even tell her sister for like 7 months now. It was going on like 7 months, and her sister, Isabel, didn't even know. It was just wild. It was a wild backstory for sure. But let's take it back to the present now. So, Isabel, DARYL, Laurent, and the other nun, Sylvia, or Sylvie is setting out, towards north of France, and they they're on their little horse and shit. End up having to sacrifice his ass to these zombies, these herd of zombies, so they can fucking make their great escape. They were about to get fucking ambushed and whatnot, or have to go through that, and Daryl, the only one that can really, hold his own. The two nuns, and especially LeBron, he's a little kid. Giving you a little kid ain't gonna do shit but slow him down. So he made the sacrifice, quick and easy. Let's get rid of this animal. Let them chase after him. We'll get a new one. Fuck it, type of deal. But they stumble across this which I almost thought was trouble again off the jump for them, but it ended up being a little safe sanctuary for them to post up, regather, regroup. Got some food in their tummy, all type of shit, a little place to sleep. Yeah, they end up getting, running into this group, ran, this place, and this group of teenagers, cornered Daryl, fucking, and pretty much brought all them back to where they were, stationed at, and, they ended up finding out, they're good people. It's all little kids. They ended up finding out it's all little kids. It's all children and teenagers. And it's ran, by, their leaders. This girl named Mindy was also a fucking teenager. And, they have, a dot there. They call their guardian, their parent. But she's very sick and whatnot. So, Mindy's been in charge. And they just been looking after her, the guardian and whatnot, day after day, praying for her and all type of shit. But they're, they're running out of supplies and whatnot. They're starting to get scarce on supplies. So they can only do so much. And, given that they're little kids, it's only gonna go downhill from there. They can't provide for themselves for so long. Especially in this type of environment with the apocalypse. So yeah. Daryl makes this proposition to their ass because he gains knowledge from Mindy that it's like it's a place or like a little castle or whatever elsewhere where a dude he got a whole bunch of fucking equipment that they need and shit, like fucking medicine. He got some horses, he got a wagon, all type of shit that they need, the tools that Daryl need and Mindy and her little crew needs. So, Daryl's like, you help me, I'll help you pretty much. Get me to this dude. Get me to this dude's place. And you get the medicine, I get the horse. And we fuck him up. Because I guess the dude did some bad shit to them last time on the Mindy and their little visit. So, and then I think took one of their fellow colleagues, one of their crew members, Mindy's, so so he's holding one of their crews hostage and shit and whatnot. But yeah. So they go, mission is complete with ease. It's only one of him and, 3 of them. Then they got DARYL. So, because the little kids, the other teenagers that fucking cornered DARYL, some of them ended up following DARYL and Mindy, because it was just supposed to be Mindy and DARYL on the mission, but they ended up following them. And then thankfully they did, because, you know, DARYL almost got fucking ate up by these goddamn walkers and shit, with his dumb ass falling down this little pit. Trying to save the wagon, you know, the barrel full of shit. But it was a smooth save, you know. He didn't struggle too much. You know, DARYL's been in so many fucking positions before. It ain't really. It's slight work to him. Like I said, he handled the dude with ease. The dude's named CJ. He handled him with ease. I guess he was a fellow American too, who was fucking just dumbass, mind blown by, you know, that there was another American there with him. But like I said, you know, DARYL's with them. And DARYL, you know, he may be a hollow dude and, you know, sure he doesn't give a fuck, but he cares when it matters. And that CJ dude, you know, he put fear into Mindy's, you know, into Mindy's heart. And the fact that he took one of their crew members and held him hostage and shit like that, because DARYL had ended up saving him too, saving the little kid. It was just like, man, and his dumbass still thinking, you know, the apocalypse didn't phase like that, and that his family's still waiting on him, all type of dumb shit. He's just in denial, the dude, CJ dude. DARYL had to put him in his place. Luckily, he ended up getting ate up anyway by the zombies, because he fell in the hole too. Fell in the pit too with DARYL. But yeah, it was that was pretty much it for that, you know. As far as that was the main plot of the episode, of this episode. We also, you know, got to see Cordon fucking return back to his, you know, his scene of fucking wreaking havoc back at the nun's place, the nun sanctuary, regathering his, you know, his thoughts and seeking out to where the fuck DARYL and them went so he can get his revenge. This nigga got popped. He don't like that. He ain't like that at all. He got popped by DARYL. He got, you know, what it looked like, you know, a Frenchman getting his ass whooped in his own, you know, own home by somebody that don't even live there. Fucking American. You know, he really heard about that one. He on DARYL's ass. So, and he's gonna find him. I already know. Like I said, they're gonna have that rematch, that round 2. They're going to put the words on his ass again. Oh yeah, and the Guardian didn't make it. The fucking kids Guardians. I knew she wasn't gonna make it. Her ass was fucking looked deceased as fuck in the bed. It was like an older lady, and you know they said she's been like that for like abundance of fucking days or weeks or months or something like that. Anyway, just a potato type of deal, veg state. So even DARYL knew. He just lied to their ass just so he can get a fucking horse out of them, so they can continue their mission, so he can get the fuck back home. DARYL like, man, I don't know what the fuck I got myself into. I just need to get home. I'm gonna do whatever it takes. So that's where he at. But yeah, like I said, the backstory of Isabel was good. We got introduced to her, you know, like I said, where her mind state is and her whole perspective on everything post-apocalypse, and whatnot. So, yeah, man. This like I said, this season of the Walking Dead series spinoff is going to be better than Dead City for sure. But the best one, like I said from the start, and I will keep saying this, is going to be the one with Michonne and Rick. So, with that being said, guys, like and subscribe, support the motherfucking corp, leave some comments. You already know. Toodles.